Tonight on NewsCenter, App Harvest is coming to Moorhead, Kentucky. This week's student spotlight is Connor Tilford. NewsCenter speaks with MSU seniors about a virtual commencement. Moorhead has crowned their new homecoming king and queen. This and much more tonight on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Alyssa Williams, filling in for Cassidy Stearman alongside Keneally Roberts. Here's what's making headlines for October 22nd, 2020.
Rowan County schools returned to in-person learning on Wednesday. Rowan County Superintendent John Maxey tells WMKY the district will continue to monitor each school and that closing schools in the district may be considered in the event of an outbreak. Air purifiers have been installed in school cafeterias in preparation for the district's return, and other precautions have been taken to ensure the safety of students and staff. Roughly 65% of Rowan County students will be returning for in-person learning.
Even though the MSU homecoming was virtual this year, the 2020 homecoming king and queen were still crowned. NewsCenter spoke with the winners.
This year, senior Lacey Mortimer of Salyersville and senior Luke Kirk of Catlettsburg were crowned homecoming queen and king. The ceremony, held last week, was live-streamed via Facebook Live so families, alumni, students, and staff could all participate. Kirk, chaplain for the Theta Chi fraternity, was nominated for the court by the Chi Omega sorority. He says he's very proud to have been crowned homecoming king.
Definitely gave me, I guess, a stronger love for Moorhead to know that I was, for that brief period of time, the representation of Moorhead, that I was used as a representation, definitely, made me feel a lot closer to Moorhead as a community, as a campus.
Mortimer, president of the Chi Omega sorority, was nominated for the court by the Delta Tau Delta fraternity. She says it's an incredible privilege to be chosen as homecoming queen.
In something like crazy times like this, just keeping that tradition alive means the world to me, and I'm so honored to be a part of that now. Moorhead State changed my life. Like, the person I am today is not who I was when I started here. I've changed for the better. I owe so much of who I am to Moorhead, so it truly means the world to me to be able to represent them on this level.
Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Keneally Roberts.
We'll be right back with your weather forecast after the break.
For more information, contact the MSU Police Office.
I am confident. I am strong. I'm intelligent. I am beautiful. I am womanly. We are Panalytic. We are Panalytic. We are Panalytic. We are Panalytic. We are Panalytic.
Here at Moorhead State University, the nursing program is ranked 4th in the state and is named one of the best in the nation. Students have access to the latest in medical technology to provide hands-on practices. The Department of Nursing is creating nurses that want to change the world by saving others.
Hi, I'm Megan Boone. I'm the director of the Career Services Center, and we're an office that helps students choose a major, figure out what they might want to do with the major, as well as polish up any materials they'd be using to market themselves, from resumes to cover letters to preparing for interviews. We also help with grad school applications, so we hope you take advantage of some of our services.
Hello, Morehead State. Let's get you all caught up on this week's weather forecast. Currently in Morehead, we're sitting at 81 degrees. It's partly cloudy out there, the humidity at 50%, and the winds at 4 miles per hour. Across the Bluegrass, joining us at 81 degrees in Morehead is Frankfort. Ashland is at 83 degrees. Lexington's at 80. London is at 79. Louisville is at 82 degrees. Bowling Green is also at 82 degrees. And Paducah is at 84 degrees. For tonight, it's going to be cloudy with a low of 59 degrees, a 5% chance of precipitation, and the sun setting at 6:45. For tomorrow, it's going to be isolated storms throughout the day with a high of 78 degrees and the sun rising at 7:51. For your 7-day forecast, again, Thursday today is 81 degrees, partly cloudy, a low of 60. Tomorrow, 78, isolated storms, and a low of 51. Saturday, still with the rain, 55 degrees for the high and 46 for your low. Sunday, we're going to have a little break from the rain. It's going to be cloudy with a high of 59 and a low of 52. Monday, storms come back, and we're going to have a high of 66 and a low of 54. And for Tuesday and Wednesday, we still have rain in the system. Tuesday is going to be 60 degrees and a low of 54. And Wednesday, the high is going to be 58 degrees. Now let's go back to Keneally and Alyssa for more news.
Thanks, Logan. A grand juror from the Breonna Taylor case released a statement on Tuesday announcing that homicide charges were never offered to the jury. The anonymous juror claims the grand jury denied that Taylor's death was justified and adds that only a wanton endangerment charge was presented to the panel during the court proceedings. The juror says they didn't agree that certain actions were justified, nor did they decide the indictment should be the only charges in the case. The 3 officers involved in the shooting of Breonna Taylor were never charged for her death, but one of the officers was indicted for supposedly firing shots that risked injury to the residents from an adjacent apartment.
Graduation for 2020-2021 seniors will look a little different given the COVID-19 pandemic. NewsCenter spoke with MSU students and staff about the changes made to MSU's annual commencement ceremony.
COVID-19 has affected the way that commencement will be held for our upcoming seniors. Commencement in the past has been held on MSU's campus in person for students and their families to attend, but now commencement will be held virtually. NewsCenter sent me to interview seniors and ask their perspectives on how they feel about a virtual commencement with the possibility of their families not being able to attend.
Well, for the most part, most of my classes are still somewhat in person. We have the option if we want to do it online through WebEx and things like that. It's definitely shortened the amount of available time I have for classes and things like that. So I find myself kind of more having to shove information down rather than actually learning to be able to retain it.
Honestly, I think COVID has affected my senior year, number one, because we didn't really get the full experience of general school year because so much online classes, only so many people can be in a room at one time, and honestly it's just a really different experience just from what we usually have from a school semester, but whatever we can do to make it work, that's what we got to do.
So having a virtual graduation would be very sad to me, at least, because you work so hard these 4 years in college and you want to be recognized for it. You want to be able to walk across the stage and get your diploma and show everyone that you made it. But having a virtual graduation, I don't know, it just takes all the fun and joy out of it. Even though you're still getting recognized, it's just not the same.
I'm in a lot of clubs, so unfortunately those is what have really changed for me. It's a lot more virtual interaction as opposed to having that social physical interaction. As a senior, I'm just very proud of what I've done and just being able to graduate, regardless of the actual way that we are graduating.
We need to honor the graduation of our spring 2020 and summer 2020 graduates who did not have a formal ceremony. And so we're going to be offering that ceremony 2 weeks after that on Saturday, December 5th. Again, the plans would be that we would offer 2 ceremonies exactly at the same times, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. on that day.
Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Megan Jones.
Nokia recently received a $14.1 million contract from NASA to build a 4G network on the moon. Cell towers are normally powered by huge generators, However, Nokia has helped to create small cell technology to power the towers and support the 4G network. This plan coincides with NASA's next set of goals, having a woman on the moon by 2024 and eventually establishing a human presence on the moon by 2030. We'll be back with more news headlines right after this.
I'm an accountant.
I am an athletic trainer.
I'm an engineer.
I am a leader.
MSU ROTC is more than just about joining the Army. It is about pushing you to be a better leader and a better individual. To learn about what ROTC can do for you, stop by the top floor of Button Auditorium today.
Career Services has 2 new employers who are looking to recruit MSU students and alumni. Deloitte Consulting, one of the Big 4 largest professional service networks in the world, along with Republic National Distributing Company, will be holding separate virtual recruiting sessions this week and next week. Both companies are looking for business-oriented and ambitious candidates to talk about summer internships, sales training, full-time positions, and more. Students interested can sign up for these sessions through the Google form Career Services has provided on their website.
MSU student Connor Tilford has dedicated his collegiate career to fulfilling the needs of others. NewsCenter checked in with Tilford and spoke to him about his many accomplishments during his time here at Morehead State.
I've been part of quite a few different organizations, including Delta Tau Delta, the Student Government Association, and the Campus Activities Board. The biggest goals that I've accomplished probably would have to be raising money for students in need, and I've done this through Delta Tau Delta, where we as an organization raised over $1,500 last semester with our annual chili cook-off, and then also raising over $2,500 with the Student Government Association through Midnight in the Mountains, which is our dance marathon. So Midnight in the Mountains was started last year by me and a group of individuals with the idea of giving back. So we wanted to give back to students in need on our campus right here in Sea Change. So through a 6-hour dance marathon similar to the Dance Blue aspect at UK, we created a dance marathon that incorporated different games, activities, and dancing from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. In the rec. And it was such an amazing time, raising over $2,500 for students in need. It all came back to Eagle Essentials. So my plans for SGA would have to be to create a college experience for every single student to the best of our ability. So right now, one of the things that we're doing is the Rolled Over Partnership, which is the ice cream shop on Main Street. We have given money to reduce the cost for students, giving $3 off to every student. So that's what we're doing this fall. We're doing many other things. And my hopes is that we will have Midnight in the Mountains this spring. Leaving Morehead State, I want to leave happiness. I love Morehead State University. I'm not from here, but I've fallen in love with this campus. I keep falling in love with it every day. So every single day, I want to walk in and create happiness for someone. I want to make someone else happy and have a genuine connection with every single individual that I meet.
Reporting for NewsCenter, this is Stephen Banks.
As Morehead State students are adjusting to the modified schedule for the fall 2020 semester, the time to plan for next semester is right around the corner. Registration for winter 2020 and spring 2021 courses will open on November 4th and continue through November 10th. Registration dates can be found on MSU's website and will be divided up by students' credit hours. Students can check their program evaluations to find out when they can register.
Coffee Tree Books and Fuzzy Duck Coffee Shop in downtown Morehead is still open to customers during the COVID-19 pandemic. Co-owner of Coffee Tree Books and the Fuzzy Duck, Grant Alden, says their entire business has changed in big and small ways. They are trying to adapt to what is safe for them and what is safe for their customers. The businesses are encouraging consumers who do not want to come inside to use their curbside pickup service. They have been limiting their seating capacity within the store, mandating that anyone who enters the store wear a mask, and have been following all recommended CDC guidelines since reopening their business.
Morehead State Assistant Professor of Accounting Stephen Brigham has been published in the Journal of Accounting for co-writing a research article. The article is titled "A Structural Equation Modeling Investigation of the Theory of Planned Behavior Applied to Accounting Professors, Formal Enforcement of Cheating Rules." Over 1,200 accounting faculty from 23 countries concluded surveys from Brigham's article. Brigham said he uses what he learned from his research when dealing with his students, including the importance of keeping a good attitude when issues of formal enforcement arise.
We'll be right back after the break.
Saving money can be hard to do, but it can be done. Tip number 1. Use a spreadsheet to track how much you're spending and see where you can cut corners. Tip number 2. Find a free browser extension that allows you to use coupons online such as Honey and Wikibuy. Tip number 3. Use your meal plan. Being a college student is no time to be a picky eater. Now jump out there and spend wisely, MSU.
Welcome to Addicts Anonymous. Please state your name and why you're here today.
I'm Mitchell O'Neill, and I'm addicted to toys.
My name is Mindy Brooke. I'm 19 years old, and I'm addicted to pencils.
My name is John Talon, and I'm addicted to Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches.
Introducing the Chick-fil-A Chicken Sandwich, located on the second floor of ADUC at Morehead State University. A sandwich made with tasty hand-breaded chicken seasoned to perfection. Only at Chick-fil-A. Feed your addiction.
Let's look at what kinds of masks you should wear to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. N95 masks provide the best fit and protection from airborne particles. Surgical masks, though they don't fit as tightly, still provide excellent protection from airborne particles. Though cloth masks aren't as protective, they are the most widely available and are still better than wearing no mask at all. According to a study from Duke University, neck gaiter masks should be avoided at all costs, as they are actually worse than wearing no mask at all. That's all there is to it.
Morehead State Senior Medicare Patrol will continue their weekly Fraud Friday educational series next week. The webinar is hosted by Speaker Travis Trumick of the Illinois S&P Age Options Division. Trumick will discuss different tools to use at your disposal to run programs remotely and to prevent fraud. Anyone interested may sign up for the event by emailing h.turk@moreheadstate.edu. Recordings of this event will be available at moreheadstate.edu/Fraud Fridays.
Jonathan Webb has brought his sustainable agriculture business, App Harvest, to Round County. NewsCenter's Daniel Miller has the story.
A new job opportunity has come to Moorhead and has caught the attention of several news outlets across the country. Jonathan Webb's App Harvest plans to create a system of sustainable agriculture through ag technology and greenhouses. Webb said he chose Appalachia to start his business because it is an area where you can, quote, reach 70% of the country's population in under a day's drive. Webb also says that App Harvest intends to reduce the amount of water used by 90%, increase the number of crops produced by 30%, and use lighting that is 40% more efficient. App Harvest is partners with several big-name investors such as Martha Stewart, Ramel Bradley, and more. The company is working with high school and college students to create the next generation of farmers in America, and intends to bring back a majority of our food production to the United States. Webb intends to aid Appalachia's wounded coal mining economy with his business and benefit not just the Southeast, but the country as a whole. For NewsCenter, I'm Daniel Miller.
And that's all the news we have for you this evening. Tune in next Thursday for your weekly news update. And from all of us here at NewsCenter, thanks so much for watching.